Alright, so we're gonna try to twist it. It's a little bit hot, even though I haven't driven the car in a bit. To our surprise, we've got... What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be emptying the JNL oil separator on our Mustang. I typically try to empty it out each oil change, but I think it's been around 8,000 miles or so. Last oil change was about 1,000 miles ago or so. So we're gonna go ahead and empty out the oil separator to see how much stuff is in there. Last time I emptied it out was also about 10,000 mile interval, and I was actually surprised how much gunk I found inside the oil separator. I have only the passenger side because the driver's side is only needed if you're really tracking a car or driving it very aggressively, which I don't track my car yet. So we just got the passenger side, and honestly, I've been pleasantly surprised how much stuff it catches, and it's been a useful investment to protect the engine long term. So let's go ahead and we're gonna open up the hood and check how much the oil has caught into this oil separator. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood open. That is definitely one thing that the S650 got right with those hood struts. I couldn't do that with one hand, so I had to put the camera aside and open up the hood. But now that we got the old school strut mounted up, we're gonna go ahead and open the oil separator here. As you can see, it's right over there. You could remove the engine cover for easy access, but there is enough room to kind of wiggle your way from that. Of course, make sure the car is actually not hot or you haven't driven it recently, otherwise you're gonna burn your hands off. Last time, I want to say it was almost 3/4 or more or less 70% fill. This time I'm kind of curious because it's been 8,000 miles since I've last done it. Is it gonna be half full? My guess is probably it's gonna be half full. It's still a lot of oil just for one oil change interval. I'll leave a link in the description for this oil separator. It's been a really great investment. It was like $160, I want to say. So to protect your engine long term, if you intend to keep your car for a long period of time, I think it's well worth it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to set the camera aside and we're going to try to get the oil separator without taking the engine cover out. All right, so we're going to try to twist it to get my left hand here. The car's kind of hot. Hard to get a grip from here. It's a little bit hot, even though I haven't driven the car in a bit, but get a good grip on it. I'm really trying not to have to remove the engine cover. All right, so we're able to take it out. To lift this a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier if you just kind of lift this up. You did not have to take out the engine cover, which is good. And to our surprise, we've got about 50% full. So that is still a lot of oil. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but this is what the jar looks like. And I want to say it's 50% full. Look at that. You can see it moving. That is crazy. Just in 6,000 to 8,000 miles, this is how much oil that has gotten in. So if you're on the fence to get the oil separator for your Mustang GT, I highly recommend it, at least for the passenger side. You could get one for driver's side if you're going to be driving a car very aggressively, tracking it or autocrossing it. But you can see this is, I want to say 6,000 to 8,000 miles or so. Last time was 10,000 miles, and it was pretty much where these rings start. So if I had actually not taken care of it, it would have started spilling over. So let's empty this out, and we're going to go ahead and put it back in place. But that is a lot of oil for 6,000 to 8,000 miles of driving. So if you drive your car aggressively or even semi-aggressively, definitely get the oil separator for your Mustang. I'm not sponsored by them, so you can pick whatever brand you want. JNL is one of the most popular ones. You could get a Corsa or UPR ones. Whichever it is, definitely get one. I highly recommend it. The oil that's coming out in just 8,000 miles of driving is crazy. You definitely don't want all this gunk to be going back into the engine. If you intend to keep the car for a long period of time, this is not going to do good for your car. All right, so it's all emptied up now. Just took it out and cleaned up a little bit on the side. I want to fix this. I know JNL reached out saying how I can fix this, but it doesn't really bother me because it's mostly cosmetic and I don't get to see it. But yeah, so it's cleaned up. There's some residue or some left, but it's more or less emptied out. So we're going to put it back on and see maybe after another 6,000 to 8,000 miles and empty it out again to see how much oil is going to be inside this oil separator. Well worth the investment. I definitely like the design choice that you really don't have to take out the engine cover. I just put it back on. It was easy. I just lifted this up, make some a little bit more room, and tighten it as much as I could. Let's give one final twist just to be sure. Yep, there we go. So this is pretty good now. That's one thing I like about it. It takes me about 5 minutes to really undo it, even with the video. Undo it, empty it out, and put it back on without having to remove anything from the engine, like the engine cover or any of the wiring around the engine. So it makes it very easy to do. And as you guys saw how much oil is being spit into the oil separator, in my opinion, it's well worth it to get this catch can or oil separator, whatever you want to call it, whatever brand you go ahead with. I don't drive my Mustang that aggressively, and this is the results. If you're someone who's really driving your Mustang aggressively, even after 5,000 miles, you're gonna have a lot of oil in this separator. So I personally highly recommend getting this. It's really gonna help make sure your engine is running clean and healthy. As you guys do know, the car is back to stock, unfortunately. So I've got about 52,000 miles on the car right now. So we're hoping in another 600-700 miles or so, we can take it back to the dealer to solve this whole catalytic converter issue I've been having with the car. I hate driving. Like, I thought the difference between stock and the tuned Mustang wouldn't be that much, because in the end it's an NAVA. But trust me, the difference is noticeable. And I've been driving this stock car, and I just don't like it, even though it's plenty of horsepower, 460 horsepower, but just the way the 10-speed transmission feels with the tune, it's a lot different when the Mustang is stock. So I'm really hoping I can take it back to the dealership, have them take out the catalytic converters and replace it with under the warranty, hopefully, and no issues, because the car is tuned. The dealer said they would be okay with that, so we're hoping they stick to their word and replace it, and we're gonna have the Mustang. Right now it's still pretty cold, so right now I don't mind having a stock car because the traction would be limiting anyways, so I'm not really gunning it. It's pretty cold here, but spring is coming up. Summer's gonna be here. I want to be able to have the tuned car and go E85 on this car to really see what this Gen 3 Coyote is capable of on some E85. I think it's gonna really help the car. It's gonna help the car just make a little bit more power and just enough what I need to be able to enjoy the car. And who knows, we might go ESS. That is up for debate, but definitely E85. We're gonna see how the car feels after that and just figure out which direction we want to take the channel in. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video in terms of changing this oil separator. I'm so glad I got this investment really for the Mustang. If you're in the fence, definitely get it. Reach out to me if you have any question which oil separator to pick. I obviously went with J&L oil separator, but there's plenty on the market that you can pick from. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. If you are new, make sure you subscribe to follow the build and see what's going to happen with this check engine light.